G'day, thought I'd do a little demo for you. So, we've got our new space plane out here, and we're in a pickle. We're stuck on this little platform out in the middle of the ocean. How could a space plane possibly take off without a runway? Well, possibly like this. Although technically this isn't actually a space plane, it's just a plane. But really, to turn this into a space plane, all you'd need to do is swap the turbojet for a Rapier. But as you can see, we've got our little VTOL here. This has got a pair of basic jets stuck in the downward-facing cargo bay, and that's basically all you need to do to make a VTOL, is just have something with a bomb bay on it, and chuck a couple of cubic octagonal struts in there and mount a basic jet on each one. You need to position them carefully to make sure the thrust balance is right, but RCS build aid is fantastic for that. If you just change it so the VTOL engines are the only ones in the first stage, and change RCS build aid to engine mode, then you get a torque figure, and you get that as close as you can to 0, and you're good to go. The other trick with making space planes work is, one, you'll see in front of the tail there's an SAS unit there, so you do want a bit of torque for stability. And also, you may have noticed when I pulled the nose up just then, a bit of thrust. Okay, so this has half a dozen Verners scattered around the underside of it, at the extremities pointing out, including one on each wingtip, which help a lot with maintaining stability. And that's also why I've got like LFO tanks instead of just plain liquid fuel tanks. Even though this is just an atmospheric plane, it needs some oxidizer on it to keep the Verners fueled. But yeah, we'll bring it on in. So as you saw earlier, it transitions easily from VTOL mode to horizontal flight. And in horizontal flight, it's your standard turbojet aircraft. It can get up to about Mach 5 if you really push it. But what I'm doing here is trying to slow it right back down again so I can try a VTOL landing. So you see the inner control surfaces on the wings here. I've got set as spoilers, which I'm using as air brakes. The outer control surfaces on their own give you more than enough roll authority. So you could set the inner ones as ailerons and spoilers, but there's no need. So I've just got them as spoilers alone. So yeah, pulling up here, and this is about to demonstrate. Okay, the difficulty in flying a VTOL is not that hard. Taking off a VTOL is easy. Landing a VTOL is quite tricky because you don't only have to control your vertical speed. You also need to control your horizontal speed, and that's a bit difficult, but you can do it. So you see here I've pitched up so that the VTOL thrust is pointing forwards as well as down, so it's working as brakes. The other difficulty with landing your VTOLs and things, however, is that these VTOL engines are jets, and as you all know, jets have spool up time. They don't respond quickly, so if you wait until just before you're about to hit the ground and then turn the jets on, well, you're going to hit the ground. So having a generous amount of VTOL thrust can help with this, but also this is again where the Verners come in. The Verners are rockets, they have instant response, so you can use them rapidly to help control your sink rate, just to get you out of a pickle or soften that last little bit of descent. But problem here is I'm going backwards, so yeah, I overdid the forward deceleration, and I've got my vertical speed under control, but I'm flying backwards at quite a rate, and all the Verners I've got are mostly facing down, so I don't have a lot of braking. So we'll try the turbojet on, but bit late, ouch. Ooh. Well, still, they're all alive and intact. There's a bit of maintenance to be done, but that's no big deal. R-Top's still doing okay, and I do suck at landing VTOLs, but you should get the idea from this. Cheers.